Let's go over Star Wars Episode 9, the final film in the sequel trilogy. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, the final film will begin filming at the very end of July. In fact, J.J. Abrams is directing this movie, and Chris Terrio helped out with the script. All the actors and actresses have begun training for their roles before they begin filming this July, so everything is really starting to take shape here. Now, these past couple of weeks, we have been learning a whole lot more about Episode 9 when it comes to all of the new characters that will be entering into the mix, such as Mara, Caro, Xander, etc., including those group of male actors in their 20s, which of course are assumed to be the Knights of Ren, since they will be working directly with Adam Driver. Now, one new detail that we did learn about Star Wars Episode 9 is that both Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver will be training for specific roles that will in fact require a lot of work and a new set of skills that will be for and described as the biggest lightsaber duel in a Star Wars film. Now, this to me sounds very promising, because if you look at The Last Jedi and what Rian Johnson did with that movie, he totally disregarded the whole entire concept of a lightsaber duel, where two lightsabers are clashing against each other. Now, sure, we got a little brief moment in the flashback scene where Luke goes up against Kylo Ren, but to me that wasn't really a lightsaber duel, and it's something that I really wanted to see at the very end of this movie between both Luke and Kylo on the planet Crate, though Luke could not clash sabers with his nephew because he was a Force projection. So, looking at Episode 9, the fact that both Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver will be training for such a scene that'll take a lot of work to do. In fact, it's actually described that this training that they will be actually getting involved in with for Star Wars Episode 9, both Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver, will surpass what they did with The Last Jedi, going up against the Praetorian Guards. Now, in case you guys didn't know, that training for that big scene in that movie took a lot of work, and it took a lot of time. Now, for Episode 9, for this scene, which is said to be a big lightsaber duel, the biggest ever in a Star Wars movie, is actually said to take a lot of work, and it will take a lot of time before they film that scene toward the very end of principal photography of Episode 9. Now, exactly when does principal photography end for this movie? We're not quite sure. Usually for a Star Wars film, it's anywhere in between, I would say, 4 to 6 months, most likely 5, looking at what we have seen before with The Force Awakens, Rogue One, The Last Jedi, and Solo, except they had to do a lot of reshoots for Solo. Now, to me, I've always said this a lot of times before with Episode 9 and the sequel trilogy as a whole. I really do feel like that we're going to see almost like a mirror image of what happened with the prequel trilogy in my eyes, because if you look at both The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, I feel like that those two movies don't even really add up to what the Revenge of the Sith is, because the Revenge of the Sith movie, I think, is the best film of the prequel trilogy. Looking at the sequel trilogy, I really do feel that Star Wars Episode 9 could quite possibly be the most unique, but not just the most unique, but the most fun Star Wars movie, and the most epic one at that, because if you think about it, there's not a lot of things to worry about going into this movie. Yes, in The Last Jedi, we had Luke Skywalker. There were a lot of disappointing decisions that were made based on that character and the overall story. Going into Episode 9, there's nothing really latched onto when it comes to past characters. It's all centered on Rey and Kylo, and I think that we're going to get a similar feel of what we got in Revenge of the Sith between both Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's hope, let's cross our fingers, guys, and see what comes to the table in just, a couple of months from now, when we do get to see that teaser trailer for Episode 9. I honestly do believe that we're going to get that come November, a couple of days before Thanksgiving, given that they will have shot a lot of footage by that point in time. But yeah, guys, if you did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night symbol